Former Campbell County District Judge and school board member Tim Nolan is going to prison for 20 years.
Nolan was sentenced this morning to 21 sex charges, many of them human trafficking. Local 12's Joe Webb broke the story when Nolan was arrested last year. He was in court with Nolan again today.
Tim Nolan was back in court this morning because at his original sentencing date, he made some real changes. He fired his lawyers and he tried to withdraw his guilty plea. Wearing a coat and tie, new glasses, and with fresh batteries in his hearing aids, Tim Nolan was much calmer in court Friday morning. After providing no arguments for his motion to withdraw his guilty plea, Judge Kathleen Lape dismissed it and moved on to sentencing. Nolan's attorney argued for probation. Nolan himself read a prepared statement quoting the Gospel of Luke and saying he was sorry.
I apologize to all my victims. I accept responsibility for all the heartache and trauma I have caused.
Special Prosecutor Barbara WHALEY pointed out that Christian charity allows for both forgiveness and punishment. She spoke of Nolan's 19 victims, 17 of them heroin addicts, 7 of them minors, each with their own story of sex for money or drugs, finding potential victims in drug court and drug rehab. She read excerpts from 9 victims' impact statements.
Tim Nolan called me terrible names, threatened me, and constantly degraded me, using his position of power to belittle me, made me a slave to satisfy his devious sexual appetite.
WHALEY argued that Nolan be sentenced to 20 years, his original plea agreement. Judge Lape, after a brief recess, concurred. She sentenced Tim Nolan to 20 years in prison. Victims' advocates applauded the decision.
And I thought the judge handled it very well. He certainly did not deserve probation, and I sure didn't believe any of that stuff that he was saying.
Tim Nolan seemed resigned to his fate, continuing to hold court after court was adjourned. Tim Nolan will be eligible for parole after serving 20% of that 20-year sentence, which is 4 years. He is eligible for parole. That means he'll appear before the parole board. It does not necessarily mean he will get out. At the Campbell County Courthouse in Newport, Joe Webb, Local 12 News.
In addition to the prison sentence, Tim Nolan must pay a $100,000 fine and also $10,000 into the Human Trafficking Victims Fund. He will also be a lifetime registered sex offender.